Tomorrow, it's June the 1st. It's the beginning of the month of honor. And today, we're going to give you an introduction and preparation for the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. I'm talking today about successful people in the Bible. They all had one thing in common. They understood how to attract God's favor into their life. And how would they do that? By honoring God, putting God first, and making choices that would please God. A good example can be found here in the book of Genesis. Then Abraham moved his tent and went and dwelt by the terebinth trees of Mamre, which are in Hebron, and built an altar there to the Lord. Good, very well. What can we learn from this? This is a very powerful, simple example of how the successful people in the Bible, they were always concerned and worried about being close to God. They understood, if I'm close to God, my life will be well. It will be well with my family. If I'm far from God, then it's going to be complicated. Complicated for me, complicated for my family. So you see here that Abraham, he went out of his way to move his home. Most probably his home was far from the altar, far from the church. So what he did, he moved his home to be close to the altar, close to the church. That may seem something small, but it was something huge. It was a big thing because you can imagine if you are settled down, you build your house, you purchase your house, and let's say there's no nearby church, no nearby altar. You need to travel very far to be at the altar, to be in the church. I know immediately some of you may say, but we can pray anywhere, anyhow. Yes, we should pray at home. We should pray everywhere we are. And I pray in the bus, in the tram. I pray walking in the street. So we should pray all the time to be connected with God. But we also know that the Bible tells us that we should not stop gathering together as a church, as a congregation. The Bible says there's a promise where 2 or 3 people come together in His name, He will be in the midst of us. In the time of the pandemic, we had online meetings, and that was very good and very useful. But since we are no longer in a pandemic and locked down, God takes pleasure when His children come together and when the church is united. So what Abraham did, he was honoring God. He was honoring God by moving his home to be close to God. And God took note of that. Do you know that God takes note of everything? And especially when we honor God, it calls His attention to move His hand in our direction. And that's the secret of calling God's attention. That's the secret of how the people in the Bible, the successful people in the Bible, they would attract God's blessing. On the other hand, we also know that we human beings, we like everything easy. If possible, we like people to serve us. We like people to make life more convenient. If possible, we would like people to do for us what we need to do ourselves. But it doesn't work like that with God. God is a God of reaction. He will only react and move if we take the first step. We have to take the first action, which means honoring God, pleasing Him with our choices, with our actions. Then there will follow a response from heaven. If you understand this dynamic, then you will know how to attract God's favor in your life. Okay? If you need more of this, and if this has helped you, you can scan the QR code, you can get in touch with us, you can prepare yourself for the month of honor, and you can discover how God works. The address is here in Kowloon. For more information, get in touch with us today. Or if you know somebody who needs this kind of guidance and direction, maybe this person has been praying much, praying hard, but seeing little results because they have not discovered the way to attract God's attention by honoring Him. If you learn to honor God, the windows of heaven are wide open for you. Okay? We are going to be back on Monday with the Voice of Faith. But before that, I want to see you this weekend here at the house of God, at the altar. If you move in the direction of God, if you get close to God, your life is going to be so much better than when you are far from God. And the hands of God are wide open for you, no matter what you're going through, no matter your background, no matter the luggage that you carry, no matter if you have been distant for some time. The voice of God is telling you, come near, come back, return. Obey that voice, follow that voice, because that voice will lead you to life. All right? God bless you abundantly. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.